Howdy fellas, Mike on Dave's Home. Today we're going to be going over to the skinning shed, and I'm going to be showing you how to clean a deer. So I killed one last night. I shot one with a bow last night. I didn't find it till this morning. It's just a big old nanny, first bow kill ever. So I'm gonna get the hide off, and then I'm gonna go through and show y'all how I clean it. I just cut meat, no particular cuts, okay? But y'all see all that in just a little while here, so let's get to it.
Yeah, well, I got my old shirt, new but it's old. So
Now, after I got my old clothes on, over here to deer, and well, so I'm gonna be skinning this one to where I can save the hide because one of my buddies wants it, so I give it to him. But so I know I shot it yesterday evening and I did not find it till this morning. Today's Monday. Yesterday was Sunday, so. But I'm gonna get my bags halfway opened. So one bag for tenderloin, one bag for hindquarters and stuff like that, and then we'll go from there. These are just cheap trash bags that we got the wrong ones one time, and we don't use them, so I use them. I got 3 bags, like I said, and then hindquarter, tenderloin, and then neck and front shoulders will go the third one. But it's a 3-part thing, really. You gotta cut it down. It's part 1, and then part 2, you gotta get the hide off, and then you'll get down to the shoulders and stuff, and then yeah. Well, there we go. Now, let's get to cleaning. First, let's slide this table down a little bit. Alright, there we go. Well, I'll get y'all set. Okay, also, first thing I'm gonna do is finish cutting this back. Let me scoop this table out of my way. You can use gloves for this, it don't really matter what you do, but I'm just gonna running my knife up the leg. Try not to go too deep. Got that tendon, and then just cut around like that. So all you do is you just find it, and you'll see like this weird looking stuff, and you just cut right down it. But you don't angle your knife in too much because you don't want to hit the meat. I mean, it's okay if you do. It doesn't hurt anything, but it just makes it somewhat easier. And you gotta have a good sharp knife. I mean, I've done this with dull knives before. It's not very fun. Just cut your way around the leg, but like I said, don't cut down into the leg because you'll cut that tendon and your whole deer will hit the ground. Or it'll just be stuck with one leg hanging up in the air. Alright, well, there you go. And then you just take it and you just peel that skin back. Just like that. Well, now I'm going to do this leg and then I'll pick y'all back up. Yeah, so on this side, I got it worked out just a little bit more. And all I'm going to do is grab that skin, just like this. Attempt to. You just grab the skin, you pull, you don't want that to happen. You don't want to just purely rip your hind quarter. If you make just a little slit in it and it's connected to the skin, that's what happens. So I'm gonna have to cut it down, but you just do just like you did on the top. Then you go. Then if you do get that meat detached from the skin, you can pull on it some more, like there, I got it. But you'll get that pulled down. Just like that. I have to make a few minor cuts. But then you get down here to the tail. Let me pull this back around. Get right here to the tail. I'm saving this hide, so all I'm gonna do is just cut right there. Just cut straight down. Pull the tail back towards you. And then I grab right here on the hide. Hope y'all can see this. And I just cut behind that tail. Well, you cut that. Well, I kind of messed that up, but I have a device that I put on the tail and I pull down, but my buddy can deal with that. Then you got that cut right there. Well, I cut a little bit. Okay. Yep. This is the satisfying part, y'all. I'm really glad I killed this thing. This is a good video. Then you just grab right here, about right there, the tail's at. You just. And then what I do is walk around. So, I don't do anything with, like, I guess they call it flank. I just use this dog treat. But then what I do is I just get right there and I make sure I get all the big chunks of meat off. Right there. Just to dislocate it from the hide. But I shot this deer right in this area, so oh yeah, there's a shot. And well, got that cut around now. Now I can just tear it down like that. Then what I like to do, sometimes you get your finger in there, pull. Like right here. My bad. There we go. Can't get it back up. Got this little piece of meat here. Just cut it back to the ribs. Pull. Well, I'm going to get this hide worked down, then I'll pick y'all back. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to find the center where I split the deer this morning when I gutted it. But like I said, I shot it last night. I did not find it till this morning. But now I'm just going to find right there on the leg to where I'm gonna make the cut right there. I'm just gonna go around the leg. I'm gonna find the place right here. I'll make that incision. Stick my finger through it, and then jab the knife. You gotta make sure you got it cut now far enough where you'll cut a hole right through your hide. Yep. What I just said, and I did it. I didn't cut it down far enough. But I'm gonna do that. Put it right here and then cut back towards the leg. There we go. Well, I got that leg, and I'm gonna kind of pick the deer up a little bit. Slide it this way, just cut it. And then I'm gonna go around and do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find the neck right here, and I'm going to start cutting around the neck. Just work my way around. Then you're gonna have to go back to where you first started cutting, right there on the bottom, and find out what your hide is stuck to, and then you'll have to cut that little bit. You have to go back and cut that. And then just cut back towards the neck. Alright, well. I should have brought 3 bags. One for the hide. Well, there we go, y'all. Darn. I just wasted all that time for absolutely nothing. Oh, man. All that fur's gone. Just wasted all that time. Oh, well. My buddy can practice on it. It'd be good for him. I might get him to cut it. We'll see. I'll put it in this bag, and the rest I reckon I'll put the front shoulders and the hind quarters in the same bag. But something right here I'm gonna have to cut around because Coyote's got somewhat of it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So right here, you can tell the Coyotes took a chunk of that out. I mean, yeah, but look at my shot placement here. So, I mean, I'm in the cavity. I mean, it went in right there and it came out right there. And, you know, made a good shot. I mean, she died. She didn't go that far. And, so, here's my setup over here. I got a scrap bin here. I got this. And, oh, I didn't bring that back over here. I need to go get me a handsaw to cut the ribs. But, all I'm going to do now is I'm going to start right here. Cut this. And work my way around, and then I'm gonna get the tenderloins, which if y'all want to see me cook them up, well, y'all see that in another video. But here we go. Let's get to it. Now, so I'm gonna get y'all centered. So what I do is I start, right here, just right before you really hit right there. And I just make a straight line down. And then you'll get right here, you'll see like a shoulder blade. I mean, that's what it is. And then you'll make that incision right there. And then I make sure it's all cut right here. Then I go back. Yeah. Then this is just the fat stuff, really. Off the top. This deer had quite a bit of fat on it up here on the fur. And then all I do is I come in right here, cut right here, just make the incision down below it here. And I'll make sure up here, but you'll feel the bones in it. You just run your knife down the bone. If you ever skin a fish, it's the same way. Just run your knife down that bone. Here, just like that. You know, I cut the tenderloin a little bit short. There we go. Now we're back on track. Well, there you go, y'all. That's a tenderloin. Well, if y'all want to see me cook this up, if y'all want to see me kill the deer, cook this up, and find the deer, it will be in all, and the videos going out probably either next week or the following. But we got some good deer hunting videos coming up. I killed 2 deer this weekend. Yeah, so now I'm gonna go on this side. I'm gonna do the same. But this is my first bow kill, so heads up. Okay, well, let's get to this cut. So this is just like the tenderloin, and a lot of people miss it. So, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I did not know it existed till, well, last year. So, I was told this is called sweet meat, but it's just right up under here. And, we'll see, it just comes right out. And I've heard it's just like tenderloin. We'll probably cook some of that tonight. And compare it to tenderloin. So it's just a little tenderloin is what they say. But I had never heard of it before. To be honest, that meat just never appeared to be good to me, because that's where all their food runs through, if y'all know what I'm saying. So, I don't know. It's right up under it. I mean, it's not exactly what that is, but darn close. But, so now we're going to move up to the hindquarters. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to split this right down the middle. And you'll feel that bone in there, and you just cut around that bone. And I go in right there, I cut down. Don't want to get too close over here. Then I come up. I don't pay any attention to, like, if it's the round, if it's what it is. I cut deer meat. I just come down like that. I go back through my knife, I loosen it up. Then what I do is I come up right here. You gotta cut back at an angle, kinda, so you don't hit that tendon. And then I just cut around right here. But I have to cut out right there because I don't want to be eating what the coyotes was eating. So I mean, I'll cut. So this one's gonna be messed up. It's gonna be a little. It's not gonna be a very big hindquarter. With the coyotes, like I say, they got. Well, I'll just make my normal cut on it, just like this. Sorry, y'all probably didn't see half that, but come through right here. Let me move this deer back around. You just cut that right there. You just follow that bone down. That's what I do, and then I come around the front here. Grab right there, but you gotta watch your hand. And that's why I like a shorter knife too sometimes. Then you'll cut it right there on that bone. And then you'll feel this piece over here loosen up. Y'all see what I'm talking about? See this? That piece right there. And then I get that last, but you just cut down to the bone. I come back and I cut the few little pieces, and there you go. But I'll go through later and I'll cut this up and put it in the bags. You can feel around right here and you'll find a bone. What I do is I come right there, cut down to that bone. I come right here. Make sure you ain't got no skin or nothing. Like her, I mean. Well, then you just got a little piece. But I mean, it's always different when you're just cutting meat, because everything changes per deer. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this. But I'm gonna cut this one funny, because the guts was laying on this morning. This is the part that the coyotes really took a toll on. I don't want to be getting any sicknesses. So I'm just gonna cut it right down the middle. Just like that. We'll cut back. I cut up right there. And I cut back again, this will go in the scrap pile. I cut down right there, and there we go. So, and then you can go through, and I mean, just like this, you can always cut a little bit more off. But that's your biggest pieces. And like I said, I mean, you'll go through and you can get like that. But I'm gonna go through that and get that last little bit, and then I'll pick out back up and we'll do the front shoulders. Okay, now what? Here are the front shoulders. There's not much here. No. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Because quite often I don't really even fool with the front shoulders that much. I mean, yes, I cut the big chunks of meat off, but here I just cut the whole leg off. lay it where y'all happen to be at. So, all I do is I come in right here, just make it one big cut. And right here I left a little fur on it. So I'm gonna come back. Make it last cut. Knife that got dull. Golly. Okay, well, there that is. So then I go back. Let me sharpen the knife real quick. This is probably a really long video, but. And then I find that right there. Just the junk. No, I'm gonna throw that in the scrap pile. That was just fat right there. And just get that piece. I don't know why there's an egg still right. And then you can go right here, cut up. Hit that shoulder blade and you just gotta, and I cut up right there if we really get to the shoulder blade. You can just slice down right there and you'll get that muscle meat. Really not that good, but I mean, y'all probably didn't see anything I just did y'all? Yep. Do that, you cut up right there to that joint and you pull up. There you go. Yep. And then you come back right there, cut off the edge of that shoulder blade. You can get a little chunk of meat right there, just that. And then there's some meat right here. Well, there you go, y'all. That's one leg. Now, I do that. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to find a throat right here. I already started a little bit, but you just cut up that throat. And then I like to go all the way to the top and cut the throat right there. But it's some vitals right there, so it's gonna bleed on you unless you let it bleed just about all day. I mean, I have for the most part, but what I do is I come right here, the neck bone, cut up. Cut all the way up to, and I go up right there, and you'll feel that little jump. You get right there. But as long as you follow that neck right there, and you just cut back, follow that neck bone down, and there you go, you got it. And then, I mean, that's really all it is to it. You can go on the sides and get a little bit, but I'm not going to do anything with that. It's not very much meat. It's just a pinch. Well, I mean, that's really all it is to the deer. Now, I am going to take a look at the skull and see how old it is, but other than that, there we go, y'all. There's the deer. Okay, well, now we got this deer cleaned up. I'm going to drop it on the ground. And I'm going to take a picture of the teeth, and then we're going to go dispose the carcass, and well, that's all. So that's all you got to do to your deer. But there we go, y'all. So I hope y'all learned something from today's video. And I hope it's useful to y'all. But either way, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.